This episode of the Boss Rush Podcast is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support the Boss Rush family of podcasts, head to bossrush.net or our Patreon at patreon.com/bossrushmedia. Thanks for helping us build something better. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Hi, LeRon.
Hey, Corey. What's
Your
up?
water bottle looks fancy.
I know it is.
Why is it? Why?
It's a souvenir from San Francisco.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a water bottle. There's nothing special about it. I got it for free actually. It was you know, like how you go to hotel rooms and they have like water, ice, and stuff in the mini fridge. Like these are the water bottles right here. So
they gave away water bottles for free at a hotel.
Well, it already had water in it. Like it's a.
So
like
you paid for the water.
It was complimentary, part of the thing.
What?
Yeah.
It's complimentary.
Man, you should have seen the thing Steph and I were doing with the water back in Boston.
Oh no.
We drank the hotel water and then we literally replaced it with other water.
Because it was like $4.
The water was complimentary, so we weren't charged anything for refills and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you went to a bougie hotel.
Actually, yeah, I went to the Beacon Grand on Union Square.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Fancy.
it was cush.
Speaking of Kush, also here's the Mad Pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
I'm the opposite of Kush. I bought airplane tickets so cheap that I wasn't even allowed a carry-on bag, and I didn't even know that was a thing.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Nice. You got to carry that. You got to pay for that carry-on.
Right? It's like I paid for the cheap tickets, but in turn I have to pay to I don't know, store my luggage. But hey guys, speaking of paying, I am poor as F because, well, I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll be over. But it's Amazon Prime Day /days, and I bought a little bit too much. Hey,
Yeah. We bought a bunch of stuff because Amazon Prime Day is always around my daughter's birthday, so I can never utilize it because my daughter's birthday, and we have to pay for her stuff because she's a spoiled kid. I was gonna say something else, but that would be mean. She might hear this and like when she's able to understand stuff. And
well, you know what? But she will also know it starts with a parent, Corey.
Yeah, it's fair. Speaking of spoiled, I got this.
See, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Is that the Zelda one?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I got the non-hardcover book, and
the hardcover one was $22. That's why I bought it.
I know, dude. Well, I think I saw that it was sealed. This is, I think, one of the first signs of me really feel like I'm aging. I cracked it open, and the font size is so damn small, it hurts to look at it. It's either I'm old, or they're trying to cram all that information of a huge, massive game in 500 pages. But still,
yeah.
Holy shit, it's dense.
Yeah, it's dense. Speaking of dense, PK Powers here, Pat Klein.
Yo, what is happening?
I don't know. That sounded mean, actually. You're not dense. I don't know. What's the opposite of dense? Science people. What does that mean? What is it? Not dense.
Space.
Got it.
Cool.
Hi,
Physics. Hello.
Physics.
Yeah.
Huh?
Density is part of physics, and I guess chemistry, and a form of measurement.
A form of measurement.
Dude, physics was my worst science, so I don't know. What's gravity?
I took physics class because it brought us to the Great America, which is our Six Flags in Chicago.
Oh,
yeah. We got the normal physics class had we have to like do measurements of the roller coasters and stuff, but then the advanced physics class just went for the fuck of it.
Nice.
So yeah.
And speaking just for the fuck of it, here's Corey. Just kidding.
Hi, I'm here for the fuck of it. All right. Well, demonetized on YouTube. We said fuck too many times. Let's go.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
We're not monetized anyway. We don't have enough subscribers.
Oh.
We need 127 more subscribers before.
All right, LeRon, start taking off your shirt.
Yep. No, we can't have nipples on YouTube.
Well, what if he wears
Mm-mm.
pasties?
Or the little
Mm-mm.
twirly things.
Mm.
Actually, you can have nipples on YouTube.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Yeah,
not
it's
doing your
Twitch.
job right, LeRon.
Man nipples or any kind of nipples?
I don't
Uh,
know.
Well, let's try and find out. All of us take our
Man
shirts off.
I don't want to take my shirt off. Although I've
No,
been.
I'm not pleased with my body right now, so no.
It's all right, LeRon. I'm not pleased with my body either. That's why I'm counting them calories, like the doctor said.
Dude,
So,
I keep saying this. Try Noom. It actually worked. I lost 8 pounds with Noom.
mm.
And I'm not even sponsored by Noom or getting paid to say it. I tried Noom out and I lost 8 pounds
Yeah, but
without
you're
having to
small
starve myself.
anyway.
Which, well, first of all, I still wanted to lose 8 pounds the healthy way, and it helps you get over weight loss plateau and all that stuff.
I'm I'm about 10 days in. Well, that's not true.
Excuse
What's
me.
10 plus 7? 17 days in. Sorry,
Okay.
I had to
It's all right.
so I'm doing all right. So I'm happy with the success. We'll save it for after dark.
Okay.
We're not here to talk about, my body. We're here to talk about video games and other things. If you want the show early, you can support us on Patreon for $1. Support or subscribe to YouTube, whichever.
You should subscribe to YouTube because there's going to
Yes.
be some show and tells today.
Yeah,
Oh.
YouTube. Stephanie.
Sucks. All my packages are still in package world.
Stephanie, you saw some limited run stuff today.
Oh, we're going straight to that. Okay,
Yeah, we are.
yes. So I missed it live, and I was doing like a quick fast forward when I was putting my son to bed. And they're kind of like Day of the Devs, where they try to make their shows really kind of quirky and funny. It was cheesy, but I did think it was funny. They kind of did this thing where they went back in time to the very first E3 show to showcase their products to save E3 2023.
Mm.
So the whole premise of their videos, we got to save E3 because we don't want E3 to die. I don't know, interesting premise. And they had, a lot of announcements. The biggest one is they're going to release the Gex trilogy. No other information other than the fact that that's how they ended the show. They'll have 3 Gex, the Gecko games, using the Carbon engine. So I'm very, very excited for that. They also announced the Jurassic Park Classic Games collection. They announced, I think, the Castlevania, like the Game Boy Advanced collection,
Yep.
4 games, which that's awesome.
It's a good collection. I have it.
Mhm.
And the Game Boy Advance games are arguably some of the best Castlevania games out there.
That's what I've heard, so I'm very, very excited for that as well. Chicory is finally getting a physical release from Limited Run. I've been waiting for this, so that's one I'll definitely be purchasing. They're also releasing like 4 or 5 different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle soundtracks.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay,
And
I need you to get to the big news here.
scrolling. Oh my gosh! But which one?
The big one, the huge one.
Oh no.
For me, it was Gex. What's
The big one.
Bro,
You
I'm
mean-
talking about Tomba, the return of Tomba.
Dude, only like 3 people in the world care about Tomba.
And I'm one of them.
oh my gosh!
Dude, that game was awesome when I originally played it. I think I still have number 2.
Is this a remake?
Tomba was fun.
Is
It
this a
was fun.
remake or a remaster or what?
It's Carbon Engine again, so I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that's the remake.
What is a carbon engine? I never
That's
even
the
heard of
engine
it.
that they use. They keep talking about it. So I think I don't know if it's their engine or something, but they use that. They state Carbon Engine anytime they're bringing back old games. I see it here.
Oh, okay,
the
so it
pink
might be like a
haired
remaster.
dude. Okay.
Yeah, the pink haired caveman that chases the pigs.
Those
Steals
physical
treasure.
copies are worth like a ton of money. Of
Which
Tomba.
ones?
Of
Oh.
Tomba.
Yeah, I think I have number 2. Let me see if I can grab it.
Hmm. I thought we already established he was the only person that cared about Tomba on this podcast. I don't want to see it.
I feel bad for not knowing what he was talking about. But while he's getting that, Way Forward was also on there, and Limited Run is partnering with Way Forward and developing Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. which was a previously canceled GBA Shantae release set to get a new Game Boy Advance cart release soon. Pretty cool. Shout out to
Cool.
Way Forward.
Shout out. Way forward.
Wow.
Yep, a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Tomba 2. Oh,
Evil
Stephanie.
Schwan returns.
I do have show and tell actually, and it's not Tomba, but hold on, you're gonna like this.
No,
Okay.
we're not interested if it's not Tomba.
All right, but yeah, and there's just like a bunch of other like retro games that I have never played before or heard of, but when I see the gameplay, I really just kind of want to buy it. Is that weird or stupid or I don't know. Like
Yeah, that's this is everything I missed while I took my break from gaming.
Pat, have you ever played um This Way Madness Lies? Looks like
No,
a cool RPG and looks a lot like a story that I would have written in high school.
I've done El Shaddai, the Ascension of the Metatron. That game was meta.
Okay. And I think they're working on bringing over a horror game called, is it Clock Tower?
Really, they mentioned Clock
Ooh.
Tower.
I believe they did. Yeah.
You remember that game? It was called Haunting Grounds. That story always wanted to talk about a girl and a dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Clock Tower was the inspiration for that. In fact, I think it's also a spiritual successor.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically a game where you get chased around
Ooh.
by a
Hmm.
person with giant scissors.
Yeah, that dude. I remember that.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So yeah, those are just a handful of the many, many things that Limited Run has announced. So, congrats to them. I'm still waiting on my Glover Limited Run, Limited Run, Limited Run. Um, but I'm really glad. I'm hoping the fact that they are releasing Gex means that they will provide other platformers. I'm still waiting for Tonic Trouble. I would love Tonic Trouble, but we'll see. Anyway, well, that's really kind of it. Pat, was there anything else that kind of caught your eye? I know, LeRon, you said you don't
Yeah.
really have much to comment on this particular one, right?
Yeah,
Not
no,
kind of your thing.
because I didn't. Well, no, it's not. Not that it's not kind of my thing. I just didn't catch it. I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't
oh,
know. I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it was happening.
All right,
sorry.
I'm back.
I mean, I might check out the Risky Revolution just because I played other Shantae games. But again, for me, the Castlevania Advance Collection, the Tomba, I'd probably do the Gex trilogy as well. I've never played Gex before, but I do love a good 3D platformer. And I haven't played Chicory, so that might be one I would be tempted to get physical. But it's also on Game Pass. I don't
It's
know.
true.
All
It
right,
is on Game
Corey,
Pass.
what do you
All
got?
right.
I don't know.
Stephanie. Okay, we're starting with this. Okay, Twilight Princess, but also
You
Twilight
got
Princess.
Twilight Princess on all three currently existing
Sure do.
platforms.
Sure do. So I bought all the protective cases for these just
Mhm.
because they're going to be displayed, and I'm a dork. Okay, so we got Wind Waker, both Wind Wakers. We got Breath of the Wild on Wii U sealed.
Nice.
Yeah. Master Quest, Ocarina of Time Master Quest.
Very
Sealed.
nice. Oh, tell me one of those is Anniversary Collection.
No, I don't have the Anniversary Collection.
I own the
I do.
Anniversary Collection, and I fucking sold it.
But I do have
Aw.
Link's Awakening complete inbox for
What?
Game Boy.
How the heck did you get?
I've had it. That's
Wow.
one of the only games I've ever kept the box for some reason. I have Ocarina of Time Gold Edition complete inbox,
Nice.
and I have Majora's Mask complete inbox.
Gold Edition.
Yep,
Sweet.
Nice.
I was very
That's
proud of that.
very awesome, dude.
And then I got the book, the Tears of the Kingdom book.
Yeah, mine got delayed in the mail.
Yeah,
Oh.
mine said it got delayed too, and then it showed up today. So,
Oh.
whoops, I knocked everything over. It's fine.
It's cool. That's why I have the cases.
Yeah. See.
Very nice show and tell. As a Zelda fan, I think that's fabulous. That just made me happy inside. Which, makes it pale in comparison the show and tell I have. I finally got my games from Play Asia because the games I ordered anyway. So I got a physical of Ghost Trick.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, Ed's falling over his whatever he's doing right now.
that's a
Nice.
good game. It was actually the puzzles are very ingenious, I would say.
Yeah.
I got Melon Journey, which comes with a soundtrack.
Very nice.
Pat, A Space for the Unbound
Fuck
physical.
yeah, I got that. Okay, I gotta stop saying that. I'm sorry. You know what? I blame the drugs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drugs.
You got Roid Rage.
I do have roid rage right now.
And last but not least, Corey, you'll like this. A
Ooh.
physical copy of Shovel Knight
Yeah.
Treasure Trove. Ah,
Nice. That's got
more
all
games to play.
four
Hmm.
campaigns on one cart.
Yep.
Oh
Well,
man, Spectre Knight. So
I
good.
mean, since everybody's bragging about stuff, I mean, I took advantage of some sales on Steam.
Oh no, you already showed off your fancy water bottle, LeRon. We can't be having your spending spree on Steam go. Just kidding. What'd you get on Steam? What'd you get for the Steam sale?
Let's see, because I got. Let me hold on. I'm pulling up my library right now. Um, well, okay, so I got Curse of the Dead Gods. It was less than $9 on the Steam sale. It is normally. Oh, yeah, actually, I don't give me a line. I don't know what the price is normally. I want to say it's like $20. If you have PlayStation Plus, it's free, but I'm adding to my Steam library for my ROG Ally, so that's what I was doing. I also picked up the Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, also for under $10.
Have you
Nice.
have you played any of that? The
Um,
original?
I pl- I played about halfway through it, the original on PlayStation, and never beat it. So like, I just know that whenever I have games in a handheld format, like it's easier for it's I seem to want to play and beat them. So that's what I did.
All
Um,
right.
I also got Monster Hunter Stories 2 for $13, $13. And the big spend was Tales of Rise. That one I wish could have gone cheaper than what it was, but I got it for $23. Um, and then I got a song pack for DJ Max Respect for $5. It's normally a $20 song pack.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
I had a pretty decent haul, and I'm in the process of adding emulators to the ROG Ally. So that's the next project. That and also like there's a new like a new front end in town for, and that's just a fancy term for saying a UI. Um, so yeah, like and it integrates everything. It integrates everything from the platform. So GOG, Steam, uh, EA, UPlay, all that, and plus it adds all the stuff from like your emulators and stuff. So everything can be in your front end without you having to like switch back and forth to like different programs and stuff, and it all load all nicely and stuff like that. So that's yeah. So, and actually that kind of sums up what I've been playing too. So there you go.
Nice.
I actually am in my second run of Dead Space. I'm back on Dead Space, because I'm doing this. I'm doing the second run so I can get the new ending.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, that's right. You have to do some collecting.
You have, yeah, you have to play the game twice to get the new ending.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
and you have, and for people for people who want to know how to get that special ending, because like YouTube is a thing that people don't always look at. Basically, in your second run, you have to collect four marker statues, and I've got two of them so far, and I'm only in chapter two.
Oh,
So yeah, like they're coming.
But
I think the last two are spread out pretty far.
but the real question is, did you
Mhm.
find Peng?
Oh, I found paying the last run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, you want to know something crazy? Like, well, okay, first of all, Pang just wound up in my inventory. I don't know how it wound up in my inventory, even though I do know, like, I have this habit when I play Dead Space to where like I'll shoot everything and I'll use kinesis to grab and bring everything to me. So there's a possibility that I brought it to me and just did not pay attention to it, and so like right when I was getting ready to beat the game, I checked and I was like, how the hell did I get Pang in my inventory? Because I didn't even see it, and I know for sure it's not in the place that it was in the original game.
Yeah, we go to the place where it originally was, and you find a note about someone else who found Pang and decided to move it.
Yes. Yes. That was hilarious actually. That was hilarious. Yeah, but that's also because like now like the hanger deck, like you can do 0G like movement in there. Like the hanger deck is just wide open like because like it's like there's a mini game and well it's not so much a mini game as a puzzle that you have to do to progress the story and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Another thing that was cool, the shooting range was different.
I haven't gotten there, so I
Oh,
gotta get
you're
back
gonna
to Dead Space again.
you're gonna be in for a treat then because the shooting range is different. I'm not gonna let's just say that you're going to get everything that you're supposed to get the first time.
Nice.
I am not giving you any spoilers for how it happens.
Okay.
The unfortunately the 0G basketball is still the same, but actually the 0G basketball is still the same, but there's a twist to it now because now you can get like point multipliers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Still screws you on time though.
Yeah, that. I think I got the achievement back in the day of the Xbox, but
I platinumed all three Dead Space games. That was back when I used to care about like getting 100% achievements on games. But I was really choosy about the games that I was going to like get 100% on because in my because the first three Uncharted games, The Last of Us, the original Last of Us, um, all three Dead Space games, and I'm trying to think. Those are the ones I can think off the top of my head. So those are games I really cared about, and those are games that technically I got to a point where I could speed run them.
yeah, then those are some of those are hard achievements, especially the Uncharted ones.
The Uncharted ones, yeah.
So,
Yeah, the Uncharted
congrats.
ones and The Last of Us, because man, finding all those damn dog tags, whew,
Hmm.
the Firefly tags, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that all you've been playing the run?
Yeah.
Stephanie, what are you playing?
Well, now I have a lot to play, but I played a lot last week. This week, not as much variety. I've been just trying to focus on Final Fantasy 16. Still loving it so much. I forgot if I told you I rolled credits on Smooshy since
Yeah.
I've
You did.
Hmm.
podcasted. Oh yeah, so it's really just been Final Fantasy 16. I kind of wanted to see if I could beat the clock and boot up Oxenfree 2 tonight before the podcast started because it released today. But as usual, I did not. But it did drop today. Oxenfree 2 was a game I've been anticipating, and now I have all this business. I'm in trouble. But kind of gaming related. The reason is I put a lot of focus on cleaning up my basement. So half of my basement is like partially finished. So like the ceilings, pipes, and stuff. Um, but the floor is carpeted, so like it's livable. It can be nice. So I'm
Hmm.
finally gonna turn it into a game room. Like I have a table with like a ping pong set. I have a couple of games. I have a nice TV. I got a TV stand for it. I like cleaned everything. So like I'm slowly turning it into a cool game room. Who's next?
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support. Pat, what did you do? What did you play?
What did I do? What did I play? I finished Final Fantasy 16 yesterday.
Cool.
Woo! Is it worth it? Was it worth it?
Oh my gosh, that ending made me tear up.
Aw.
That it was the game ended like it was a good ending. Like it was perfect for how the game was.
Mhm.
It left me definitely with a lot of emotions. The final boss fight, of course, with all the big battles that this game has, the final boss fight, of course, is so epic. Like it is flashy. It is like just everything that you would like back when you're like a kid and you had your action figures and you do like Dragon Ball stuff and flying and maneuvers and stuff. It's like that's what this thing was, and it wasn't all like cinematic either. It was a lot more of like action, and like the boss would just literally keep throwing spell after spell after spell. The battlefield was just one gigantic like vomit of like special effects, and yeah, it blew your senses away for sure.
Yeah, I heard this game has a lot of visual flavor. Like it's reminiscent of the not the first, not Final Fantasy 13, but was it Lightning Returns? Like there's three of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably
Like
Lightning Returns. That was
yeah,
the flashy one, more action
yeah,
based.
yeah,
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I've been told it was a very visually striking game.
No, the cinematography to this game is like, if Final Fantasy doesn't win the game of the year, it has to win Best Director. Like this game, the way every shot is just like, it's beautifully done. Like this is a movie in a video game form. Like
This is
it's
kind of what
good.
we want as gamers, though. Like
Yeah.
we want video games that feel like movies, but also give us the interaction to where we know that we're playing a game. This is what we
Hmm.
want.
Yeah. I mean, overall, the game's not perfect. All right, I found most of the side quests to be very boring, but the side quest, like in terms of what you do in the side quest, a lot of it's like go talk to this person, get three of these items, come back, talk to this person, or go fight this guy over here and come back. It's more like when you get to the later half of the game, the side quests, the stories start like really evolving, and you get to see a new side to like a lot of these characters, and just some very deep and touching stories that they're experiencing. But just trying to get them is kind of boring.
Mm.
That's probably my biggest complaint with this game.
Mhm.
Um, but honestly, I would rate this as one of my top three Final Fantasies, if not maybe my top one now.
Nice.
It's
Wow.
This
What are
game
your
gets high. It's perfect for being an imperfect game.
what are your other two Final Fantasy games?
6 and 7 remake.
Oh my God, you and I are like buddies. You and I are like buddies because Final Fantasy 6. It doesn't get any better than 6 in my opinion.
Yeah, six
Um, and
six was good. Like that was advanced in its day.
and seven remake. I'm just sitting here belly aching right now because the best deal I can get it for is like $40, and that's well, I guess that means I'd actually be paying for the game because like I bought the PS5 version on a buy two get one free.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
mean the game came out what $60, and then I think the intermission DLC was like another
$20.
20. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're getting a good deal from that. That's half
yeah,
off.
I guess I should stop complaining. I mean, like it's all right now, just stuff to pat. See, this is how I wind up spending money for games. Like new hardware comes out and I spend money because technically
Hmm.
these are old ass games, but this thing is like I've already put a 2 terabyte like SSD in it. So now I'm sitting up here like just fill the fucker up.
Hmm. It's like I don't care if I'm going to play it. I'm going to fill it.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like Gray Fox on Metal Gear Solid. Hurt me more.
God,
uh,
very concerned.
so, anyways, back to Final Fantasy 16. I highly recommend it. It is also game 20 of my goals this year, and I decided to go from 30 games to 40
Woo
games.
woo.
Wait, so
Nice.
you just completed your 20th game this year?
I just completed my 20th game this year, and it's Final
Hot,
Fantasy 16.
I don't
hot
know if I've completed
damn!
20 games in the last decade.
I've completed 3 this year.
Now, this is, I mean, I'm usually more of a trophy like enthusiast, but I want to spend more time and try and beat like more games instead of
Mhm.
focusing. So I made it a New Year's goal to, originally it was 25. And then when I beat like, I think 4 games in January, I'm like, you know what? I think I might have to up this. So I went to 30, and now we're in July, and I just hit 20. So I could
What's
get a few games in
what's
there.
what's your secret?
What's my secret? I
Yeah.
think it's just having that as a goal. You know,
Mm.
it makes me more focused and determined to like get it
Actually,
done.
I've heard setting goals is the best way to get shit done.
hmm So I mean, if I have a lull, I need to plan another game out to beat. So like right now, the one I'm looking forward to is Raincoat, but I don't get that till Friday. But I'm very close to being Pikmin 1. So my goal is tomorrow to hopefully be Pikmin 1. Pikmin 1 with all 30 parts.
The game's fun. Pikmin 1 is great.
Yeah. And speaking of other games, I've also started Pikmin 2 just because I wanted something a little more relaxing
Mm.
when I go to bed. And Pikmin 1 is definitely not that because of that stupid time limit.
Hmm.
But Pikmin 2 doesn't have that time limit. So I
It's
feel,
true.
and I feel like the Pikmin are a little bit smarter in number 2 and they don't like come out and like wide. One of the problems I have in the Pikmin 1 game is that they love to walk in such a wide space so that they're not like, if you're trying to get somewhere narrow, they're just going to get stuck on something. Or if there's water on either side of you, they're just going to walk right into the water. And then you try to call them and they just walk right back into the water. Like they're dumber than the
That's
lemmings
why you
were.
blow your whistle and just keep it blowing wherever you want them.
My person can only blow his whistle for 3 seconds.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
keep
need
it
more.
he said keep it blowing.
Sounds like we need some
It can only
practice.
last for 3 seconds.
Oh God. Well, performance issues and
The more you do it,
excitement.
the more you do it, the better you get, and the more refined your technique becomes. Just remember that.
Yeah.
We will talk more about that on After Dark.
Mm.
All right. But yeah, I do like some of the elements in Pikmin 2. I like the introduction of the dungeons, which I originally would thought they were like, oh, hey, 4 has dungeons. That's new. It came from Pikmin 2. But you know what? I still like them. And I like the inclusion of the purple and the white Pikmins. Like it adds a bit of strategy, and you're not as upset when a monster eats a white Pikmin because they're poisonous and it does massive damage to them.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So they add a little bit more strategy to the combat. Obviously, the puzzles or the Pikmin have slightly more abilities than Pikmin 1, such as now the yellow are electric.
Mm.
So they can beat electric gates and fight electric enemies without getting shocked. Where in number 1, all they did really was you could throw them higher and they carried rocks. Um,
Nice.
so that's another good. I hope to try and I would. Nah, I'm not gonna get that one beat by before Pikmin 4.
It's coming up.
That's
No,
gonna be
that
a
attitude.
priority. No, I mean I really want to focus on Raincoat, but Pikmin also comes out next week. So
Is that next week already?
Yeah.
yep, 21st.
Jeez,
Yep.
man.
And finally, I got into the early access beta for the Final Fantasy VII EverQuest,
Nice.
the mobile game, and I
Mhm.
touched a little bit about on it. I haven't played it a whole lot because I don't like playing mobile games. I don't like how fast it drains the battery on my phone, and it's just the gotcha system. Just it's scary to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game is a gotcha. A lot of it comes with the weapons that you get. Like your pulls come in the form of weapons,
Mm.
and I worry about how much. I imagine they're not going to make the gotcha as imperative until you get more closer to end game and do like side stuff. But it was a very interesting start. It starts off with the battle of Cloud versus Sephiroth, and then Cloud all of a sudden gets shifted out with Zack. And one of the appeals of EverQuest is that it's supposed to tell an additional story of Sephiroth that hasn't been told yet.
Hmm.
But it's also got an updated palette that looks like Final Fantasy VII, the original, but more colorful and slightly less polygon. So they don't have those like massive block hands that was in the original. But then the battles in the cutscenes look like there's something out of the Final Fantasy remake. So it's kind of like a little mix of both worlds.
Nice.
Yeah. I like I said, I didn't get too far. I played that original one and the Mako bombing mission. That's the intro to 7. But then you can like select other missions later on.
Nice, nice.
Yep.
Well, good thing you guys all had something to talk about because I do not. So we're gonna get into topics.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been in some sort of funk lately. I just don't want to like, I don't know. Every time I turn something on, I'm like, this isn't what I want to be doing.
Mm.
Y'all
For
gonna
some
hate
reason,
y'all gonna hate my answers for topic one.
I don't even know what topic one is. Franchises we prefer when they're 2D or 3D. That is the topic. This was Stephanie's topic that she brought up last week, and she said, "Add it to the doc." And I was like, "I gotta create a doc," and then I made a doc.
Yay.
So
Yeah, and I also ended up writing a boss rush banter on it. Now, granted, I ended up deviating more towards Nintendo because when I think of PlayStation and Xbox, am I wrong or do I not really think of a lot of 2D games on those two platforms?
They were built for
Yeah.
3D.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
so I ended up
Yeah.
like thinking about 2D examples. So, and I know that everyone's answers can and would be different. I think that stemmed from my Metroid conversation that I loved Metroid Dread. My brain can comprehend the mapping system and the type of genre that Metroid is much better than Metroid Prime and made me think, well, I'm a big fan of 2D Mario's, 2D Metroid. For Zelda, even though there are some great 2D games, I favor 3D Zelda. So I just kind of figured, how about you guys?
I mean, Mario is like it's the big one. You know, Mario is the one that like I loved Mario 64 at the time, right? But I think it's just because like we had never experienced real 3D games before, you know, and you know, unless you were like playing on PC, you're playing like Doom or something, right? But like even then, uh, was it really 3D? It was kind of more like you know, whatever. But Mario 64 was great at the time, but like I can't stand 3D Mario games. I think 3D platformers in general are bad. Like of course there's going to be the one that's like great. This one's awesome, but like the camera always sucks. Like I have a really bad like
Spatial.
sense of spatial awareness, depth of
Yeah.
field for 3D platformers. The only one I really care a, a lot about is Super Mario 3D World, but that's because those levels are like tiny and they're kind of like 2D in a 3D space thing, right? So it's not like a open world,
Mm.
right?
I feel like
Like Odyssey,
my
right?
brain functions a lot like you with platformers because now I'm thinking
Hmm.
Kirby and Donkey Kong. I kind of
Yeah.
prefer 2D. Although Kirby in the Forgotten Land, well, that's
That's 3D,
3D.
but
It's 3D.
It's very
It's
it's
3D.
limited.
3D in the way of Super Mario World.
Yeah.
3D World was
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, so Mario,
structured 3D. How about we call it that?
okay.
but I'm kind of with you, Stephanie. Though, like Mario, Donkey Kong, Metroid. Like I loved Metroid Prime when I played it, and I still really like the remaster a lot. But like after playing Dread, I'm like Metroid just belongs in this 2D space. You know, it just belongs there. And Metroid Prime, whatever Metroid Prime 4 is, they need to like I think they need to deviate from the Metroidy parts of it. Like, granted, you can still solve puzzles, you know, that you can still scan stuff. Hopefully, not as much as Metroid Prime, but you know, I think it needs to be more of an action focused thing if it's in first person. That's my opinion. I think if you want a real Metroid experience, though, it's got to be 2D. Um,
I agree.
let's see. Castlevania, I think, is one that does better in 2D than 3D.
Castlevania 64.
Yeah, I was thinking more of the
Oh.
Lord of Shadows for 360, which that first one was okay. Like
First one was amazing.
it felt like a ripoff
Yeah.
of God of War, but I still think like the 2D space is
Hmm.
man. Uh, what else does there like? Oh, so this is kind of like an indie thing, and Stephanie, I think you brought it up earlier when you were talking about the limited run stuff, but ukulele,
Hmm.
like that first one is good, but the sequel is a 2D side scrolling game and it's incredible. It's like one of the best side scrollers ever made, I think, in my opinion. If you like stuff like Donkey Kong Country, they had level designers and artists from Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on it.
Don't forget David Wise.
Yeah, so I mean, that's another series. So yeah, those are some of my picks. I know those are kind of like generic. That's not a shock. Should be type picks, right? But Zelda is definitely 3D, a 3D game for me. I can't go back to the 2D games. I've tried so many times. I still need to try to finish Link to the Past because I know everybody loves that game, but I don't know. 2D's
And
top
you
down
also
Zeldas are tough for me to go back to.
you also need to beat Ocarina. Not Ocarina. I'm sorry. Link's Awakening.
I I
Yeah,
know.
beat
I'm
Link's
on the last. I'm on the
It's
last
2D.
thing.
It's 2D.
I
Well,
know. Well, it's top down.
technically, it's 2.5D.
Yeah. I'm on the last thing, and I just
Mhm.
stopped playing because I'm a loser. It's fine though. LeRon, what about you? I'm going your way because I got to try to think of some like answers that aren't.
Bless you.
Okay, well,
Thanks.
for the most part, it's also for the most part, I can say most of my stuff swings in the 2D direction. With some standout examples though would be like Final Fantasy. Like I actually like once we got to Final Fantasy 7, like I definitely have a hard time going back and playing 2D Final Fantasies with the exception of Final Fantasy 6. I'll play Final Fantasy 6 till the day I die.
same.
Yeah, yeah, and shoot, actually a lot of the old school Square Enix, Square Enix, RPGs like Chrono Trigger. I would love for a remaster of Chrono Trigger. I would love, but I don't know what they would do. I don't know if they would fuck around and try to make it like Final Fantasy 7 remake, and then like screw something up in the process if they ever did that. That's a dream thing for me though.
Well,
Like,
my guess. Well, it was part of that Nvidia leak. That and Final Fantasy Tactics. My
mhm.
guess is they're going to be pixel remasters like the Final Fantasy games.
The
uh,
problem with the Chrono, I gotta bring this up. The problem with the Chrono Trigger and the Xenoblade or the Xenogears, and I know a lot of people are
oh
screaming
man, I
they
would
want
love a
remasters, but the problem is, I don't think Square has the entire right to the game
For Xenogears, no, I don't think so. But I think
and
they still
Chrono
had the
Trigger.
rights. Oh, for Chrono Trigger,
Well,
why
the
not?
character designs are what's
Yeah,
his
Akira
faces.
character
Toriyama.
designs was yeah, Toriyama. The scenario director also was someone that's like, I think the scenario is his,
Hmm.
but the Chrono
Mm.
Trigger name belongs to Square.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, they re-released it on 3DS or on DS though,
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
which is the definitive way to play it. Apparently,
I
another
don't.
game I've never played. So
Does the DS have the anime cutscenes that the
Yeah,
PlayStation
I,
one had?
I don't know.
Okay,
yeah, it does.
all right. I mean, so it's the same thing. Like the Xenoblade, or sorry, God, the
Xenogears.
Xenogear team is also the same one that did the Chrono Trigger game. Like it's the same deal where like different people have different like rights to the game, so it's hard
Hmm.
to get them all together and be like, okay, can we remake this or remaster it or even
I don't
re-release
understand
it?
I don't understand why these assholes are so averse to making money. I
Well,
don't get
you
it.
gotta. I mean, you gotta weigh out the how much does it cost to up-res these old games, especially something like Xenogears or Xenosaga, right? Like, there was that rumor for a long time that the Xenosaga trilogy was getting remastered at some point, and they just stopped because they thought the amount it would cost to up res all that stuff and make it widescreen and give it HD graphics and clean it up and then port it to the current consoles versus the people who would actually buy them was not high enough at all,
I
right?
mean,
That's
I'm not arguing against
no, I
that.
know, I know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, like, okay, so let's examine that for a second.
Knowledge
There are a lot of people.
bombs.
There are a lot of people out there that do want like the original Xenosaga trilogy, and maybe including Xenogears and stuff like that. this is money, especially in this day and age where remakes, remasters are kind of taking over the fucking video game world right now. This is money, so I don't understand why they're all against not making money in these regards and stuff like that. Like I can think of like shit. Why the fuck isn't Jet Set Radio Future getting re-released somewhere? Like stuff like this. I don't understand. I know music. Like getting
Mhm.
the license for the music that would be hard. So that's one of those things that
Yeah, but
I
Sega's
get
making
that
that
one.
Yakuza money.
Yeah, but
Sega
even
is,
Yakuza is having its issues too.
well, here's my-
The actor for Judgment, he from what I understand, his contract's up, so they can't do anything with
It's
Judgment
it's not
because
it's
he
not
is the likeness.
it's not up. They won't give him another. Well,
yeah, they won't give him another
he was
game.
on a game by game basis, but the thing is like, his agency, since he's like a real actor in Japan and Japanese movies and stuff, and like his agency doesn't want the game on PC because it can be heavily modded, and they don't want him to be
They don't
naked.
want they don't want a nude mod.
Yeah, so
Which
that
I'm gonna
that
tell
was
you,
like Sega's whole thing, and they're like, fine, we'll just make Yakuza games, I guess.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Carlos Oliveira mod, nude mod, in the Resident Evil remake. Oh my god, like that! I did not know I needed that.
Hmm. Man. Man,
I did not know I needed
remember,
that.
remember back in the day when everybody was like, when the
They
internet was
swore there's
first
a
around and it was like
they
the Tomb
swore there's
Raider
a nude,
stuff.
yeah, a nude mod for Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and like it was the code to where like you just blew yourself up. I'm not gonna lie, I was like 12 when I played that game. I was excited. I wanted to see, traffic cone boobies.
That's why I did not look for that because of that.
uh,
I was like, shoot. I'm like, if I want to look at like anatomically correct like traffic cone boobies, I'll just watch a Madonna video from back in
oh
the day.
god, good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to like my preferences for 2D to 3D and stuff like that, like definitely like Legend of Zelda and Mario, Metroid, I definitely prefer the 2D environment to that. Like I have not had the best experience with 3D, with the exception of Wind Waker.
Mm.
Wind Waker, like that is a standout for me because like I didn't think I was ever going to be interested in a post Ocarina of Time like Zelda game, and Wind Waker got me. Um, uh, you know, and then now I also think, have you seen a lot of the demake games
Mhm.
where basically they take a popular game and they demake it like
Yeah,
it's a PS1 or a Super NES game?
they
Some of
just
those,
did they just did a
fantastic.
PS1 Assassin's Creed 1
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
with terrible
yeah,
frame rate and everything. It's hilarious.
yeah, but it looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, but I would never want to. I would never want to play like a game like that. I don't know. It's cool. I mean, it's cool. You're right. It's cool.
I think I think ultimately like games are like it's a product of the times and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
depending on how old you are or where your gaming pedigree lies and stuff like that, that's going to be the telling situation for how you prefer the games. Like it's like you're like Stephanie, your son, Corey, your kids and stuff like that. It's gonna be real interesting to see like how the fuck they comprehend like Super Mario World, you know. And
Yeah.
it's actually, well, your kids right now are young, and well, Corey, your kids are young enough right now that games like Super Mario World, like the old school Mario games, probably like interactive cartoons for them, so they're digging it, you know. Whereas your son Stephanie, like he's probably like, oh, this needs to look more realistic. Like, what is this
Well,
crap?
I tried to negate that. I'm like, I'm gonna introduce him to I'm joking, shitty graphics of my day so he can appreciate and get used to it. At first it worked. Like the first Zelda game was Ocarina of Time, which is my favorite game, but it's polygonal. It doesn't look that great.
That is a shitty game. But anyway,
And like I play like Mario 3 and stuff like that. So I'm like, good, I'm getting him used to it. I'm getting him used to it. And then because he used to watch me play Zelda games. And then when Minish Cap came out on the NSO and I started playing, he goes, "Oh, that's an old Zelda. I want to see the new Zelda."
Mhm.
My son seems to make, for whatever reason, an association between like a 2D or top down game as like an old and 3D as a newer
Your
style.
kid's a snob.
Hmm.
Your kid's a
I
snob.
I tried, and now all he cares about is Minecraft. So
Oh, gee, and that's you just went down in graphics with that.
that's what I don't understand.
Right,
I
right.
don't understand.
That shit looks like finger paint on a good
Thank
day.
you. When I saw the UI and the menu system, I'm like, dude, that reminds me of like the '90s, like when I was playing computer games. Are you freaking serious? He's
at
criticizing
least
my retro games, and he's playing this garbage.
at least play the ray tracing version of Minecraft. Like that game looks fucking good.
Yeah, so don't get me started. I hope it's a phase.
Maybe you start going retro and start calling them vintage. I don't know. When he becomes a collector.
Yeah.
I tell you
Yeah.
what though, I feel like a lot of my favorite games are in the old school 2D world. Like man, I will still play any of those old school Mega Man games. I will still play the original Bandit Commando game on the NES. What else? Shit.
I feel
Um,
that, as you're rattling them off, LeRon, I feel like 2D games age better than at least the earlier 3D games.
all them Ghosts and Goblins
Yeah.
games. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I
Even
would.
though, even though like they'll crush your balls, how hard they are. But
Oh
yeah,
god. I would actually argue most games from like the N64 slash PS1, Saturn, whatever other garbage consoles were out at that point haven't really aged well.
No.
Like,
And trust
you
me, I'm
know,
a
are you
defender of the
are you
N64 because it was the console I grew up with. But if I were to look
yeah.
back
are
at it
you
now, I'm like,
wait,
ugh.
are you sure about that, Corey? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because like PS1 was home of the JRPGs, man.
I don't care.
And
I don't care. I don't care.
It's easier though for the JRPGs because a lot
Yeah.
of them were rendered graphics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
You got
talking
into
about
the
like,
actual 3D.
like
yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
3D games, I get it, man.
Hmm.
Like I tell
Yeah.
you what though, like the one 3D game that ruled them all on PS1 is Einhander.
Well, I was more talking like Crash or Jet Moto or Mario
Oh.
64. I mean, look, some of them still hold up.
Oh,
It's funny. I saw the meme the other day of someone pointing out like it was like the GoldenEye meme that's like still better than Call of Duty. I'm like, have you
are you
played GoldenEye
are you
recently?
fucking? Yeah, I'm like, what are they
Like
fucking
I'm
smoking?
like I get that it's cool to hate on Call of Duty, but have you played GoldenEye recently? Also, there's a reason why Call of Duty is the best selling game every year.
Yeah.
Have you played it? Like I get like the military shooter is kind of stale, but like the controls of Call of Duty are like the standard for first person shooters and have been for 15
No,
years.
that
So
person has their nostalgia glasses super glued to their face. Trust me, I'm all for
No,
nostalgia, but it's
no,
no.
mm,
Y-
they're just talking out their fucking ass. Because I mean like I had fun playing like Perfect Dark and Goldeneye and stuff like that, but you won't catch me turning on Nintendo 64 to play those games.
Yeah,
Not right, not in this day and age.
they
No,
were good for
no.
their time, and they shall be remembered as such.
yeah.
Yes, yeah,
So,
yeah. Like it's nostalgia, which I get. It's it's like the Mega Man. It's like the Mega Man crowd versus the Mega Man X crowd. It's nostalgia.
mhm,
I get it. But come on, like it's- use a fire a fucking brain cell. With this one
Yeah.
because like I love the physics and everything about Call of Duty. And I'm not even a hardcore Call of Duty player. Like the last Call of Duty I played seriously was the Kevin Spacey one, and yeah, like people don't want to talk about that one anymore.
That one was good too.
It
Advanced
was good.
Warfare was cool.
Advanced Warfare was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, Advanced Warfare was cool.
so Pat,
Hmm.
what's kind of your
All right.
take on the 2D, 3D?
I think they both have their place, to be
Yeah.
perfectly honest. Like, I love both of them, and they both satisfied a different need for me. In terms of testing skills, I think the 2D platformer is definitely the better way to go.
Mhm,
I love my Mega Man games. That was one of the first things that got me into video games. Was all
mhm,
the original Mega Mans, the Mega Man X's. Like I love those 2D Mega Man games. I also enjoyed Mega Man Legends, and that was a 3D game. It had a different appeal. It wasn't the same feel as Mega Man X or Mega Man, but it still had something different to offer. When it comes to games like Metroid, again, like the 2D ones definitely are more, I feel, skill based, but there's something appealing about the 3D one where you get more of an exploration feel. Like, I feel 3D games open up and allow you to explore. Like, you get to try out those various binomes. You get to see what's over in that corner over there, or what's hiding behind, that section or underneath some rubble. Like, for a collector, like if you love to collect stuff, the 3D games are probably the better route to go. Like, I like my 2D Mario's. Like, there's definitely some skill there, but I also love going around and collecting all the moons in Super Mario Odyssey. I have done it twice
Oh
now.
wow, nice.
Um, so like it just kind of sets on the mood. I would love to see games just like continue to release both types. Like I want to see 2D Zeldas and 3D Zeldas being made. I want to see 3D and 2D Marios. I would love to see another 3D Donkey Kong game. Even though, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns is probably my favorite Donkey Kong game. Like, I don't know. It's like each one has their own appeal. So I can't say I'm one or the other because I'm technically both.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that. How it it offers many different things, and I agree. Sometimes I get worried that 2D is on the way out, but then when I see indies and Nintendo, I feel comfortable that it'll still happen. I just kind of wish 2D was a bit more, I don't want to say mainstream. That's not the right word, guys. I don't know. I just so much love and emphasis on these 3D massive open world games, which are have its place and are very cool, but you know.
hmm No, there's something also nice about the smaller 2D game that doesn't take 40 plus hours to tackle unless it was after image. That one took over 40 hours
Wow.
for a Metroidvania, which shocked the hell out of me. But they're good.
Cool.
I like both.
Yeah. I mean, I think each one serves its purpose, right?
Hmm.
So.
hmm
All right. Well, we're gonna hit this next topic. The Stephanie, you brought this up. We're skipping the bigger topic. We're gonna go world's ugliest video game
Oh, you
characters.
don't do the other one because of the relevancy with the news, or
No, I just am kind of skipping it
okay.
because I wanted. If somebody brings a topic, I just skip mine. So and if we get to it at the end, then we'll get to it. But
All right. Well, I mean,
you know,
this might be quick. The ugly character one. So
yeah,
I can't take all the credit. I was listening to the Zelda cast, those at over at Zelda Dungeon, and they're working on some like extra content, and I think they're recording like ugliest Zelda characters, and I'm like, you know what? There are some pretty hideous characters throughout gaming, whether intentional by design or unintentional, like Uncanny Valley. Just that's how the graphics were at the time. So I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun because it's no good to make fun of a real life person. It's mean, but I think we can definitely make fun of made up characters.
it's true. That's
So
fair.
I just kind of will start and I will pick on my favorite franchise. As much as I absolutely love, love, love Twilight Princess, just generally speaking, there are a lot of characters that are just very unsettlingly ugly in that game.
That's not true. They're all beautiful.
hmm
Even the two clowns in the Lake Hylia area.
No,
Even
but
the
they're
two
clowns.
clowns.
I don't know.
Let's don't forget about Xant's beautiful smile
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
he's wonderful.
Yeah, and
and his extra long tongue. No, wait,
Mm.
that's
That's his
Dirahan that
mask.
had the extra long tongue.
Yeah,
also like the weird baby with the high eyebrows, Matt Malo.
yeah,
Who is a genius.
He is a
yeah,
genius, but he terrifies me and gives me nightmares.
yeah.
I don't know. I just I love Twilight Princess, but some of those characters kind of scare me. I don't know. And then the other one, I had to take a picture of it because I forgot and I didn't want to forget it. Remember the Oddworld series?
Mm-hmm.
Abe?
Mhm.
Abe just is
Mm-hmm.
fugly. Sorry, in my opinion. Woo!
Mm-hmm. So is Munch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But you know who's a cool looking character? Just Stranger from Stranger's Wrath. Now that's an Oddworld character. Stranger's Wrath, by the way, everybody should play it. Everybody should buy it. It's on all platforms. It's amazing. Play
You
it.
you like him because he has striking similarities to Cad Bane from Star Wars.
Who?
who?
The bounty hunter
Oh.
guy
Yeah.
from Boba Fett.
Oh.
Yeah.
The one that wore like the cowboy hat.
Corey, you're like a Star Wars fan. What the hell?
I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I don't know this stuff.
Okay.
I got your back, LeRon.
Thank you.
Timothy Oliphant's character?
No.
It's an
No,
alien.
Timothy
from Boba
Oliphant's
Fett.
character was pretty. What?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know your taste.
He looks literally like one of the like stereotypical aliens, like the big, bold eyes, the grayish skin.
Oh, is he the blue
Like-
guy? Like the
He's got a hat.
blue cowboy
And-
guy?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's got
that
a hat.
dude.
Oh,
That
then why don't
dude.
you just say blue cowboy guy from Star Wars? I would have gotten it
Why
right
the fuck,
away.
Wait, why the fuck would I do that when I know his fucking name?
Because I don't know his name. Should have led with that.
I'm gonna lead with a punch to your face.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
You wouldn't be the first person to do that, so.
All right, guys, come on, let's get mean. Any other really ugly characters?
If we're staying on Zelda, Tingle's pretty ugly.
Yes,
Tingle.
God,
Yeah.
he looks like a fucking bridge troll. Yes.
Yeah, Tingle's the worst.
Well, Zelda Train. Here we go. Ocarina of Time, my favorite Zelda game. The mini boss, the hand guy, like the white blob with the several hands and the big mouth, and he tries to like bite your face off. Ugly as sin. I love Impa as a character, but she's frightening as well in Ocarina of Time a little bit. She also has cone boobies, I think.
Yep.
Just
Don't forget Dampy.
oh yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Poor Dampy, he got made fun of because
Aw.
he's ugly.
Man. I gotta really think about this one. I mean, a lot of the characters from Psychonauts are pretty ugly.
Yeah, like Raz, for example. Yeah,
I'm talking about like literally everybody else, too. But
Wario's ugly as shit.
Waluigi, though, ooh, rough. Guy's rough.
Minecraft Steve.
Yeah,
Well, they're not ugly. They're just square.
which is ugly.
Let's see here. I'm scrolling through my games.
If we're gonna swing back, if we're gonna swing to the Legend of Zelda, we gotta talk about the Wand of Gamelon. All their characters.
The CDI. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Box art Mega Man.
Yeah. I gotta say the in Wolfenstein 2, the lady Nazi leader who has like the
That's
cut
yes.
face.
Yes, I can't remember her name. I
I don't
cannot
remember what
her
it is
name
either. Man, Wolfenstein's so good.
Was it Fraulein from
Fleischmarker?
Yeah,
Fleischmarker, something like that. Yeah.
Oh man, how good is those new Wolfenstein games though? By the way,
They're the best.
what?
Youngblood sucked.
Well, I'm talking about the main ones. I'm not talking about the spin-offs.
Yeah,
Actually, no. Darlene Fleischermacher was the fat lady.
Also,
That's Dead Rising. How did we go? How did we go?
Oh, that one.
go-
That's yeah.
Engel, Fraulein Engel.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
That smile. Oh my god.
man,
Yeah, she got what was coming to her in number 2.
it's true. Dead.
Bitch.
Yeah, I don't really know any other really ugly characters. I'm kind of like scrolling through my games here just to see if there's something.
Anakin Skywalker post Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I'm trying to actually think of like main characters who are like ugly.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought this topic really was. Like
the main characters of every game are attractive.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like you can't
I mean,
really
you want
have
to
it
look at
both
something
be.
super ugly for 40 hours? No.
that's true. That's true.
Well, here's
Now,
something I wouldn't necessarily as ugly, and if you want me to give a hot take, but for example, like the original Tomb Raider, like just because of how technology was back then, when I looked up images of Laura Croft back in those days, I don't care how.
you look like she like a Picasso version of Angelina Jolie back in those days.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that technically counts. I would say that the very first rendition of Tomb Raider was pretty freaking ugly. Same thing with GoldenEye 007. Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Hey,
Remember,
Trevor from GTA 5 is not attractive.
that's fair.
You know
Lauren,
what? That is true.
remember when Lara Croft was on the cover of Maxim?
Oh my god! Yes.
And I'm talking the PS1 version, not like Angelina Jolie dressed up as Lara Croft. This was like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, it was so funny. Oh my
Uh,
gosh, man, dude, if they did that
our, our,
today,
our,
dude, that studio would get chewed up. That marketing department would be canceled yesterday.
I'm just like, are men okay?
I mean, I was at the right age. I was fine.
Yep.
Um,
You know what I'll say? I'll say
um,
Dr. Robotnik's kind of ugly.
yeah,
And
that's true.
also, I forgot in Banjo Kazooie, Gruntilda the Witch was pretty yuck.
You
Yeah,
know, and that was a design choice too, because the whole plot in that
Yep.
game was her to try and get a potion to make her look beautiful.
Right.
yeah, that's
I
why she was
mean,
trying to kidnap the sister, right?
Oh, dude, and that was a very awkward sexual awakening for me when I
Uh,
saw the transformed witch.
that was, yeah, that was
how
awkward.
many of us? How many of us in this conversation played Code Veronica, Resident Evil Code Veronica?
Yep.
Not me.
Okay, so Pat, you know how everybody was swooning about Steve,
I
and now
like
that
the original Steve, not the new Steve. Like I like the Leonardo DiCaprio Steve.
nah,
I
because
feel like you guys are.
I was never a Leonardo DiCaprio person, never. So like I was like y'all swooning over this.
That was Leonardo DiCaprio in a
That's
Resident
tr-
Evil game,
that's true. That is true.
Very true.
and it broke my heart.
No, I cheered. I paused the game and actually it was actually like yes.
Wow.
Oh, you
Let's
know
see.
what? I actually find a lot of the Koopas kind of ugly, like Morton and Wendy.
Morton's the
He is the
best.
best, but he's still ugly. Ugh, yuck.
The Koopalings, I think the Koopalings are cool, but none of them can top Bowser Jr. None of them. Like Bowser Jr. is my boy.
No, he's
Thing I,
adorable.
the thing I don't care about Bowser Jr. is he's literally Bowser Jr. It's like it's the same personality. You know, that's why I love the Koopa kids is that they were all different.
They have their own personality. Yeah, well, I think that's why I love Bowser Jr. the most because he's a fucking rascal.
Uh,
And you know it's on when he pulls that fucking bib up over over his mouth.
show his teeth.
Oh my god.
Still trying to see. So the Nemesis from Resident Evil 3 is pretty ugly.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, I think there's no such thing as a sexy tyrant. There is not.
Uh,
Not that
yeah,
attitude.
okay.
Don't you say Alexia Ashcroft because she is not a tyrant technically.
Well,
No, I was thinking of back when I was part of BXB Cast. We had remember when Resident Evil introduced Lady D
mm-hmm.
from
Yes.
number 8, and there was this fun little video that we used
Boy.
to watch that you know that these guys like surrounded her and like wanted her to do like very mean things, and then at
Story
the
sent
end,
me that video. Story sent me that video.
yep, and then the end you had Nemesis like you know put on a dress and a hat, and he's like, "Love me," and Jill's like, "Oh, I'm okay."
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Wow. The
I honestly gotta say I think Nemesis is probably one of the best Resident Evil antagonists out there.
I agree. He is
As
ugly.
far as far as the dumb ones, go, because like like the bosses like Lady D and Alexia Ashcroft, like they are some of the best.
I even like the actual main protagonist of 8. Like she came off as pretty damn like evil,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
and that final form was sexy.
the
Oh no.
El Gigantes from Resident Evil 4, they're homely little trolls.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I had to think about that for a second.
Voodoo Bench is pretty ugly too.
Ooh, what do you think about like the old Max Paynes?
I mean, that's just Sam Lake. You're just making fun of Sam Lake now. Don't be doing that. I want Control too,
Mm,
and everybody else wants Alan Wake. So
okay.
I want my Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Then you can make a game where Alan Wake and Control come together because they're supposedly in the same universe.
they already did. That's the whole one of the whole DLCs for Control is Alan Wake
It hardly
experience.
even touched Alan Wake. It touched that one bad guy, and I want Alan Wake,
It was
and I
called the
want
Alan Wake
Control.
experience. So
It was
just
called AWE, which was also a
Alan
term
Wake
for
know,
the
experience.
awkward, phenomenon that happened in Control.
if
So
they really want to do something, then they need to find a way to bring Quantum Break into that universe.
Oh man, Quantum Break, so good.
Yeah.
If you like Control, everybody, you should check out Quantum Break. It's on Game Pass. Also has a TV series attached to it that changes depending on what you do in the game.
Oh, too
But
much, guys. I still need to
but
finish
not.
Metroid Prime and then get back to Alan Wake Remastered.
I still need to just sit down and play a video game. That's
Mm.
my goal this week at
Yeah.
some point. Except I
I got
can't because
I
my
gotta beat Pikmin 1 tomorrow.
it's fine.
All right. Well,
Ugly video game characters. That's it.
yeah.
Good job, everybody. We did
See,
it.
that's a quick and wicked one. I don't know.
We did it. Let's see. We
You
got
know
time
what?
for
I'm
one
gonna
more.
throw in a bonus question here. Who is the ugliest character in Final Fantasy 16 so far?
Oh gosh.
See, I can't answer that question because I'm not playing the game.
Well, the
I can't
problem
answer
is
that
they're
question. I've
all
only
pretty
played the
They're
damn
demo.
all
good looking. That's
beautiful.
that's the issue.
How about and I guess it's like a
If you say goats, God, if you say him, I'm gonna be mad.
no, the mayor that died
The mayor.
in the village early in the game. Minor character. And I'm just picking him because everyone else is so
Mhm.
pretty and he's just an elderly man and nothing wrong with elderly men, but I'm just saying like because everyone's so damn beautiful in the game, I have to pick like I don't know.
That's the problem. Which one of the main ones is
Oh, main
ugly?
ones? Ugh,
You're so ageist, Stephanie.
I'm not ageist. I am part of the elderly community now. Um, I don't have an
That's not true.
I don't have an answer for you, Pat.
I don't have any answer either. They're all so beautiful.
Which, by the way, we are going to carry the torch kind of from like EXP. Where at the end of the year, I want to, as part of our awards, I want to do a husbando and waifu of the year.
Find some good random awards to give to. Yeah,
I'm just telling you right
I'm
now,
up for that.
Sid is high up on my husbando of the year.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
he does make you question your sexuality.
Yeah, help, guys,
That's
change the subject before I get.
It's funny. It's funny because I understand why they did what they did with Isaac Clarke in the Dead Space remake, but no, I like the original. I like the original Isaac Clarke
Hmm.
from
The
the
one that
from the
never.
original trilogy.
It's like the one that never removed his helmet.
Well, I mean, like Isaac Clarke. Okay, Isaac
Yeah.
Clarke, Dead Space 2 and 3. Like the Isaac Clarke that been through
Yeah.
some shit.
it's true. He has been. So all right. So last topic. Do we want to do the last topic or do we want to wrap it up here?
Let's wrap it up.
Lame.
Mm-hmm.
Lame.
Okay, I mean, let's do it then.
Nope.
No,
we're
no.
gonna wrap it there. We're gonna wrap it up. We'll save it for next week.
They said it was lame, so yeah, let's save it for next week when it feels more time appropriate because some shit's got to get done, in the gaming biz.
Yeah, I mean it's been on the dock for like 3 weeks, but I'll
For
keep
this
pushing it.
conversation to be
Well,
for this conversation to be
Corey,
really
I
relevant.
did not twist your arm to make you talk about ugly characters.
I know, but I'd rather do other people's topics because we do the ones that I put on there all the time, so we should do other people's when they have them.
You're part of the
Let's
problem.
face it. The the
Corey's
current
is a big old flip flopper.
the current news still hasn't, like, it's still going on.
It's
So
still going on, exactly. So, like, yeah.
honestly, I say hold it to next week because the 18th is the deadline.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to talk about the Microsoft one. I was going to talk about who's
Yeah.
next. But anyways, we're going to wrap it. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. You can find us on podcast services and YouTube every Monday. You can get it 3 days early on Patreon. You can follow us on social media at Boss Rush Network. Subscribe to YouTube. Check out bossrush.net for all of our content.
And tell us who you think is an ugly video game character.
Yeah, tell us who's ugly. Who do you hate so much that you think is ugly?
In Final Fantasy 16.
And if you say one of us, you're banned.
For real.
I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye. The Boss Rush Podcast is a product of Boss Rush Media, LLC, and is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio. This show is produced, written, and directed by me, Corey Dierig. My co-hosts are Stephanie Klimov, LeRon Dawkins, and Edward Varnell. You can find Stephanie at Klimov_author on Twitter and Instagram, as well as on the EXPcast. You can find LeRon at Exodus803 on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, and also on Crossroads, the video game podcast. You can find Edward at ThatRetroCode on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting Nintendo Powerblock. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at IamCoreyInHD, and find me hosting Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast, and co-hosting Nintendo Powerblock. Find the Boss Rush Podcast on all social media platforms at Boss Rush Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.